of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. That's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to throw, it's Bailey. Taking a shot on the first play. Touchdown Bulldogs! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfect.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Nothing says my offense stinks like punting on first down. He shanked it. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again, deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Oh, they're after him. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it. You can hear it. Sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
And what is this? They're setting up the punt on first down. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the side. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
PAT unit on the field. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Got it in the middle, it's Roberts. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Well, it's an electrifying run. And you think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker into his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. Catch in the middle, it's Lawrence. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. To the air, it's Bailey. A little release to the back. He made the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
They'll send the back in motion. Going to swing it on second down. if that deep ball was right on the money, you just have to make that catch.
That play had 6 written all over it, but he drops it in the end zone. Bad break for the offense.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the 2nd quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Uncorks one. Complete to the right. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Here's the pressure. Now he's looking into the middle. Makes a grab right down the middle. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Got out of trouble and throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And the Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. To the 10. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
From the gun. Into the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The pitch to the left. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Pocket breaking down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Caught. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Power football with the run. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
At the 41-yard line. Good enough for 1st down.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Trying to get the corner. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. Going to take a shot. It's him in stride inside the 10. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. That's a really nice job by this defense, maintaining outside leverage and knocking him down behind the line.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Finds his tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Coming up, 4th down.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. Going for the marker on the ground. Across the 45. Right down the gut of the field. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Buckeyes.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
And 1st down for the offense.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the air, it's Bailey. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Defense not showing press coverage. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. At the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. defense comes on the field. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got...
They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's. Jim's still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Snagged in the middle, it's Robinson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got to... yards thrown.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. And they can't make the connection.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting out first look of the afternoon at the punter. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Going right to work up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Porter. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Rush is on him. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Quick completion on the out. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Looking down the middle. It's caught downfield. He's down at the 25-yard line, waiting moments of the first half. It is a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the refs. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Takes it inside the 25, chance for great field position. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's picked off for the third time today. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top. Looking to get it in. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Love the play call by the offense. Love drag routes down this close to the goal line. First down, you're just trying to get an easy completion, catch and run, walk in, score. Defense made a nice play. They made the tackle, so now you got to turn the page. You got to find something here on second.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that is going to leave the head coach scratching his head. The final play of the first half, your opponent runs the ball, and you can't tackle him and get him down with all those bodies back playing prevent. That is a terrible job of defense, and to add insult to injury, you've now given up the lead.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. He unleashes a long one. Makes the catch on the right side. Oh, it's a running room. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone. Make a play to create space. Get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the Honey Badger before the Honey Badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Caught in the backfield. It's Rodgers. Turning it on. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
I really like this offense staying aggressive. They were in field goal range, but nice job on 3rd down. Forget that. Let's go get the 1st down. Let's throw the football. Nice read, nice catch. Now set up with a 1st and goal situation.
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Sends it downfield. Catch inside the 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to run, it's Jackson. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Looking to fire. He's got it on the move. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forced the 2nd down and goal.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Touchdown, Dogs! They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today, and I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating them time and time again.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Iowa State is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been clicking in every facet of the game. They're up by 21.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the returner goes down. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball right now.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. That's reeled in. It's Rodgers. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Keeps looking downfield. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback.
Oh, they faked it, snapped it to the up man. Coordinator's got to be thrilled with that 3rd down sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Well, they thought they had the look they wanted for a fake punt there, but the defense was just way too alert. Give them credit for getting the stop, and now they set their offense up in great field position.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. To the air, it's Bailey. Got his man out of the backfield. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job on the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Lawrence. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in first downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice third down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it third and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. To the air, it's Bailey. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Crosses midfield. The 30, the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, and he toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Georgia. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Motion from the back. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Here's a heat. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Snags it. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
We're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to bully their way in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And on that play, the defense said, I've seen enough. You're not getting rushing touchdown number 4. Really showing some pride and some physicality, selling out for the run, getting in the backfield, and getting that guy on the ground.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. It takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the rankings when they come out. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Fires to the right. That's caught. It's Rodgers. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Might be calling a hot route. On fourth down, going to the air. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Dogs come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they